Well, new scrutiny surrounding the unverified anti-Trump dossier that led to the launch of the Russia probe.
Christopher Steele, that man right there, the former British spy who compiled the dossier, will reportedly be questioned by U.S. officials. But according to the Times of London, he will only discuss his dealings with the FBI and nobody else.
So let's bring in former Clinton advisor and pollster Mark Penn to react. He's also managing partner with Stagwell Group. Mark, you've been through some of this stuff before, not international spying, but the whole impeachment and the political pressure. So Steele will speak. What good will that do when he talks over there only about one topic?
Well, of course, the big question, was he dealing with the FBI? Was he dealing with the press? Was he dealing with the Department of State? Who was he really dealing with to create this echo chamber?
We know press. We know the press.
And look, he has to be extradited over to the United States for a conspiracy to defraud the United States. This was a conspiracy to perpetrate a hoax to affect our election. He is the main witness, and he should receive the kind of treatment that people like Roger Stone and Paul Manafort receive.
But what benefit does someone like Christopher Steele, who isn't even in the country, have to discuss the situation with federal authorities now looking into it?
Well, I think they should.
And why would he talk?
They should get as many questions out of him as he can. Principally, they're going to ask, who were your sources? And he's going to say, I don't know. I don't know. He hasn't answered that question. The most fundamental questions of how this investigation started, people want the answers to. And it really starts with Christopher Steele. So let's get those answers. And maybe he'll say some things that will then be able to give the authorities what they need to get him over to the United States.
I think a lot of people want to know, when he presented the dossier to whomever he did at the FBI, did he say, we got a lot of stuff here, it's not verified? Because that's the $64 million question.
Well, he said before in depositions it wasn't verified, right. So he's already acknowledged this point. But, how law enforcement came to use it is really the echo chamber that he created through FBI, through, Nellie Oars and in the FBI and in so many places. I think you'll find that he spread this thing in 10 or 15 places. And so it appeared that there were 10 or 15 stories coming in.
So isn't it important to ask what the timeline was? It's one thing for Christopher Steele to come with the information, but it's another if he was hired and it was unsolicited.
We have days of questions. When did the FBI know that it was paid for by the Hillary campaign? When did they know it was unverified? Who were his sources? Really? Document one of them.
Will any other network cover it?
I don't know if other networks will cover it, but all I tell people is read the dossier and you know right away what a joke this was.
Before you go, your new polling numbers on the president's approval rating?
Yeah, our poll showed the president up to 48% approval,
wow.
The second highest approval, driven principally by two things. People, 62% saying the economy was strong, more people concerned about immigration. It's the top issue now.
Real quickly, after a state visit like this in Great Britain, is this good for the president?
These kinds of visits are always good. We used to say, if things are hot at home, get out of town. It's always good for the president.
Mark Penn?
Good to see you. Thank you.